What's up, guys? Barbarian or Bust here. Today we have the Frenzy build. This is a Frenzy Thorns build, but the more I got into the build, the more I realized basic generator builds are going to be friggin' sweet in Season 4. Up here we have the Helmet of Might. You need 1 total armor roll, max health, max fury is be whatever you want, and you definitely want the cooldown reduction. This is absolutely paramount to this build. And for the second one, we do have a razor plate, and again, I wanted this to be basically a Thorns build, but the more I looked into the aspects and the unique items and the legendaries that I had, the more Thorns is kind of pushed to the back, and it's more of a basic generator build. The Pain Gorger's Gauntlets. This is absolutely amazing with the Ancient's Oath. These two pair so well together. Wait till you see the gameplay. It's absolutely, it's a wicked combo. It's really too much fun. Definitely slap those on if you have them. If you don't have them, the build still works great. Slap in the Needle Flare and make this more of a Thorns build, like a Thorns Frenzy versus just Frenzy build. And in the pants, we have the Juggernaut aspect with Strength, Berserking Duration, Fire Res, and Max Life. I put the Fire Res there because we don't have any resistances in our chest, so I had to fire one on here. And here, the Hectic. This aspect is absolutely amazing. Because it gives us cooldown reduction, I pretty much always use my skills. I never see if anything's on cooldown, I just use it because this makes the cooldown go so fast. It's really awesome. And then our two-hander, we have the Edge Master. If you were going to play with Needle Flare and do Thorns, replace this with Death Wish. And for here, I actually don't have a perfectly rolled weapon. You want Strength, all stat, damage while berserking, and then basic skill damage. And if you can't get basic skill damage, your next one would be damage to close. Those would be the ones that you'd want to roll on this. And then here we have the Moonrise. Again, another awesome aspect for the basic skill generator build. It's absolutely amazing. Magnum Opus, this also buffs up our damage quite a bit because we are always going to have full fury and we're always going to get that 40x. So again, another great one. Ancient's Oath. I actually, when I first started this build, I didn't have this in, but once I used this, it was just, it was a combo that was made. Like, it's really good. And up here, Rapid. If you are, again, wanting more attack speed, then I would put this down here in the two-hander, but 30% is absolutely enough, in my opinion. And with this one, you have damage to berserking, damage to close, physical damage. This is not a critical strike build, but you could replace the vulnerable damage with critical strike chance or health. And for this one, adaptability. This is awesome. Unfortunately, this is only the minimum roll, which you get out of the codex, so everyone has this, which is super awesome. But we're always at max resource, so our basic skill always does 40% more damage. And again, with this, I would sub out that vulnerable damage for a critical strike chance or a health. And the reason why I actually chose Frenzy over any of the other skills is because of this item right here. I had the Battle Trance, and I thought, why not try it? And I'm really glad I did, because this is really good. It has a damage reduction on it, which is amazing. It has a cooldown reduction, which is amazing. And then ranks to Frenzy. 9 ranks to Frenzy. That's absolutely amazing. This is the only reason why I chose Frenzy. Otherwise, if you're going to do Thorns, Flay gives you extra Thorns, so that could be an option. And Lunging Strike also gives some mobility. That could be an option as well. Our little critter here, he hasn't changed much. Flash of Adrenaline, Duration, Tactical, and Initiative. And then on Tempest, we took out the resource and I just put an Arcing, but you could really put anything in there that you'd like. And then Safeguard and Fortify. And for expertise, we are rocking two-handed axe. For the skill tree, you want to max out your points in Frenzy, take Enhanced Frenzy, and then Combat Frenzy. And then we skip all the core skills. When we go down here, we take 3 points in Imposing Presence. I take 3 points in Outburst, 3 points in Tough as Nails, 1 point in Challenging Shout, and then Enhanced Challenging Shout, 2 Strategic Challenging Shout, 3 points in Swiftness, got to get that movement speed, 2 points in Kick, 1 point for Enhanced, and then we take the Power Kick. That's pretty awesome. And we take Warcry, with Enhanced Warcry into Power Warcry. And here we take Booming Voice and Raid Leader. You don't really need Raid Leader. You could bump these points out and put them anywhere else that you'd like. Down here we have 3 points into Aggressive Resistance and 3 points into Battle Fervor. Over here 3 points into Pit Fighter, as everything's always close. You could take the Raid Leader points out for more damage and put in Slaying Strike. That's a very good one. And we have 1 point into Steel Grasp with Enhanced Steel Grasp and then Fighter Steel Grasp. 1 point in Thick Skin, 3 points in Counteroffensive, 3 points in Duelist, as your weapon will be on dual wield. And Wrath of the Berserker for Prime Wrath of the Berserker with Supreme Wrath of the Berserker. And for a key passive, you take Unconstrained. For the Paragon board, our first board, we have Ire. For the second board, it's a Warbringer, and we use Territorial. And you want to take all these nodes for the Max Fury for the Magnum Opus. Our third board is Carnage with Ambidextrous. Our fourth board is Weapon Master for Revenge for that Thorns damage. Our fifth board is Bone Breaker, and we take Exploit to make everything vulnerable. And our last board is Blood Rage with Undaunted. You could put Imbiber, but I feel like where you do lose a little bit of health, this just seems to work better for me. And we are missing 1 point to actually get that, so there we go. Let's show Nightmare Dungeon 97. Okay, here we go. Pretty easy rotation. You go in, you hit him with the Steel Grasp, and you chop away. And as you see, everything dies. So this is definitely, it's a pretty cool build. And if you have these uniques, definitely give it a try. It's really that simple. Because with those gauntlets, it marks everything when you don't use your basic skill. So really, that's why Steel Grasp is the best for that, because it just drags them into you, and then you get to use Frenzy as soon as they get over here. And then you can do Challenging Shout for some more Thorns. So this is pretty much like a one-button build, and if you want to use your Wrath of the Berserker, that's when you want to use your kick. Or if you have like a boss or something, you want to do a bunch of damage to him. Kick is also helpful for that, and it'll also give you more berserking as well. So overall, this is, I don't know, I just had a bunch of uniques laying around. And again, I was going to make this a Thorns build, and I saw all the synergies, and I said, this is more of a basic generator build. Alright. Oh. Okay, let's keep going here. So yeah, I don't really use Warcry very often. You could probably switch that out for something else. Hence why Raid Leader is not really important. But overall, this build is pretty fast. And it can do all the content. It's pretty cool, really. I didn't plan on using Ancient's Oath, but then once I read those gauntlets, it was just there. I just had to. And I like to keep the Wrath of the Berserker for my Unstoppable. So you could use Rallying Cry as well. Rallying Cry would also be good. Just another way to be unstoppable if you get caught in a jam. But yeah, this is a pretty one-button build. It's pretty cool. I like it. And again, if you don't have these parts, I would suggest going for the Needle Flail and Death Wish. That way it'll still be very, very similar to what I have going here. And I forgot to mention, the gems, you want the orange ones because That's increases your basic skill, attack skill. Oh man, that was lame. I completely forgot about the blood boil. I guess I better watch for those on my screen. But yeah, it kills things so fast. I didn't think to look behind me and see where it was. Because it's just wrecking everything. And if you want to use Wrath of the Berserker, you can. It just increases your damage even more. Makes you just kill things super fast. But yeah, no, it's awesome. It's a really awesome build. I'm really looking forward to the developer update and Season 4 and the Eternal Realm. I think now the Eternal Realm is going to be a little more interesting with the changes with tempering and things. So I'm actually going to play both Eternal Realm and Season 4. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. See what changes they kept, see how the feedback on the PTR went. Really hope they took care of Veiled Crystals. That was, if not, that'll be a big pain in the ass. Veiled Crystals were literally the worst thing about the PTR. If they fix that, that would be good. I mean, mind you, also the failing on the Master Crafting did suck. But I think the Veiled Crystals is worse. Oh yeah, look at this. Just shredding everything. And that's why if you actually had Needle Flare, that would be even cooler. Because then if anything touches you, all the thorns just go everywhere. Oh, let's get rid of this. Don't need to die on that again. But yeah, I'm really curious on the live stream coming up. I want to see what they keep, what they don't keep. I may or may not do one more build. I'm not 100% sure yet, but definitely going to make a bunch of builds in Season 4. Going to try to make Bleed be good again, of course. Really looking forward to that. All right, let's take these guys out. Oh man, every now and again, just give them a kick. That's wicked. And there we go. That is the Frenzy build. I should say the basic generator build, because again, you could easily use Flay, you could use Lunging Strike, you could use Bash. So I think going forward, use any generator, and if you want to use Thorns, my suggestion would be to actually use Flay, just to get more Thorns, like right there. So I think that would be pretty cool. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.